what is up, guys? I am back in the old swing set scenery where I've been before, where I've talked about WWE rants one time and less than 44 championships. That belt right now is no longer exists. It's vacated. You know why? Because that championship meant nothing to me, to be honest with you. It meant something, but I needed an actual championship. That was just a championship where I just called myself champion. That's not a championship to me. So you and I are going to talk, I am going to be giving you, though, my RAW review. So let's get it started. Let me just get my phone out, and I'll start swinging away, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I got a text. Oh, my dad just asked me if I was home. Well, obviously I'm not home, right? I'm still here. Let's get going, okay? Let's talk about RAW. So we have JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the Kid Lawler on commentary. Then it kind of starts out weird. We have Ricardo Rodriguez with Alberto Del Rio versus Biggie Langston with with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee versus Zeb Colter with Jack Swagger. And the winner of that match gets to choose a stipulation for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, wouldn't it be the managers, or would it be whoever's in the match? Like, Del Rio, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, or Jack Swagger. That's who he would be. So let's talk about it, okay? This was a weird match. I kind of respect the fact that they did this, though, because I think they wanted to have the managers to give the managers a chance to start getting into it. So let's talk about it. Pretty much what happens in the beginning of the match is Biggie Langston just pretty much destroys Ricardo Rodriguez. And then what happens is, then Biggie Langston misses, like, something in the corner. And then, Zeb Colter and Ricardo Rodriguez are starting to work together, and they're starting to argue. And they go to fight, but Biggie Langston just clotheslines, Ricardo Rodriguez, and Biggie Langston and Zeb Colter try to work together. But, Biggie Langston doesn't like that. So, Zeb Colter's afraid to get destroyed, so he fakes a knee injury. Biggie Langston still gets destroyed. Eventually Alberto Del Rio comes in with an enziguri. Dolph Ziggler what's his face's name? Del Rio outside the ring. Jack Swagger clears house by getting rid of Dolph Ziggler, and then Biggie Langston gets rid of Swagger, and they both go over the ropes. Zeb Colter goes to pin Ricardo Rodriguez. AJ Lee gets involved. Then Ricardo Rodriguez rolls up Zeb Colter for the win. So Alberto Del Rio gets to choose the stipulation for the World Heavyweight Championship match at Extreme Rules, and I'll get more to that later. So let's get to the next match. Then it shows it again, the match. Then it shows what John Cena did for Nick. If you don't know who Nick is, he has a bunch of problems going on right now. Well, it's like medical problems. It's not like thug problems. But he wished to meet John Cena and go to RAW. But so John Cena takes him to this RAW, the crappiest RAW you ever, probably like the crappiest RAW. So I feel bad for that kid. I wish he had. If I was him, I would want to go to the RAW when it was in the night after WrestleMania because of the crowd. So that's just my opinion, but let's just keep going. Then he gets to hold the WWE Championship. So then John Cena comes out with the kids. I didn't mind this promo because it was a good thing that John Cena did. My problem with it, though, is that they just want you to keep liking John Cena. They're shoving John Cena down our throats. Why don't you like this guy? And it makes us, to be honest, it makes us look like crap. It makes us look like we're bad people. But we're not. He's got to turn heel. That's all that has to happen. And you know what? If CM Punk was there, it would have been probably better. Because I can just picture CM Punk coming out and interrupted the whole segment. But it was just a segment. They got to pick names. It was, Nick was the Eliminator, but he sounded like he said the Dominator. Then there was other guys, okay? I'm not really going to talk. But it was a feel-good moment, though, I will say. And I didn't really want to hear about it. Let's get to work. Randy Orton's backstage heading to his match. We get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Good match. Randy Orton dominates in the beginning. Then Cody Rhodes hits the beautiful disaster kick and Rhodes goes off the and Randy Orton goes off the apron. Cody Rhodes takes control. Then Randy Orton regains control with a superplex. Then does his comeback. And then Randy Orton goes for the RKO. Cody Rhodes counters into the crossroads. Goes to pin him, doesn't get him. Didn't think it was over though. Then Cody Rhodes goes for the beautiful disaster kick. Randy Orton catches him into the RKO for the win. Not a bad match. Matt Striker gets in the win and asks him what Big Show did affected Randy. It said that he fueled his energy to wanna destroy Big Show. Then Cody Rhodes tries to attack Randy Orton from behind, but he just gets hit with the RKO again. Cody Rhodes just keeps getting on, just continuing to bury Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes used to be awesome because he used to have the Intercontinental Championship and he was doing great, and now all of a sudden he's just doing crap. He's just crap now. I still like him though because he's cool and I like his theme song. The Bella Twins are backstage, and they're talking about the new show Total Diva, and then they go to the match. SmackDown ad. It talked about the Undertaker stuff. Brie Bella with Nikki Bella versus Naomi with Cameron. Brie Bella gets the victory by doing twin magic, but somehow the ref finds out about it. I don't know how. The only way you could find out is one has bigger boobs than the other. But you know what? It's just kind of gay. So Naomi gets the win by disqualifications, and then the Bellas just go destroy the Funkadelics after. Probably going to continue this. Why not? And then we get For All Mankind, the life and career of Mick Foley ad. The Shield promo. They come out and they talk about the destruction with Sheamus, John Cena, Undertaker, The Rock, Big Show. Then they I have to hold this in the other hand. Hold on. And then they talk about how the Shield will never be stopped and they will always be destructive. 3MB come out and go to get revenge on them for after they stole the spotlight away from taking out Triple H. So they try to get in the win. The Shield just destroys them. Team Hell No come out, which is Kane and Daniel Bryan, and they go to fight them, but the Shield escapes. They attack 3MB and Kane chokeslams Heath Slater. That was pretty much it. Ryback and John Cena are backstage. John Cena's getting taped up because he got a Achilles tendon injury, so he's getting taped up. Ryback says he better not leave him to fend for himself for the Shield. He leaves. I barely remember this because it was not really memorable. Extreme Rules ad. It hypes up the Triple H Brock Lesnar match. Dolph Ziggler with Biggie Langston and then AJ Lee versus Kofi Kingston. I didn't really watch the match because I can just go on YouTube and watch it, and I don't care about it. But Kofi Kingston goes to hit a high cross body, but Dolph Ziggler wasn't anywhere near where he was, so I don't understand why. But then Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag for the win. Then Biggie Langston gives him the big ending 2 times. AJ Lee, Biggie Langston, and Dolph Ziggler are backstage. They're talking about how great they are after they beat Kofi Kingston. Caitlyn comes up and says, and AJ Lee says, "Watch out, guys. Caitlyn has to get through because of her big arms." And then they kind of go at it, and Caitlyn says that now that I'm not trying to win your friendship back, I'm gonna go harder on you. Then a gift comes. AJ thinks it's to her from Dolph, but it's to Caitlyn. It's a hat with like a bunch of bracelets on it, and it matches her style. And I guess it's a secret admirer because it says that she loves you. You look beautiful. I'm thinking maybe it's Dolph Ziggler because that would be awesome. But because it would be like then it could be like he betrayed AJ Lee. But I think it's gonna be someone stupid like Brodus Clay or Hornswoggle or something like that, or maybe like the Great Khali. I can see it. That, but her and Natalya are talking about it. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar video package. They talk about their feud after Mania. Team Bricky are backstage, and they're talking about how he's a destructive force. We don't know who he is though. Ryback comes up and says that He doesn't want John Cena to defend for himself with the Shield. Then Vicky Guerrero changes the handicap match. It's going to instead be the Shield versus Ryback and Team Hell No. But Ryback says that's not going to happen. Ryback rules. Brad Maddox says, what does no mean? Mark Henry's backstage. He's going to go with a rope. He's going to the ring with it. Ryback interview, it shows him leaving the building. Then Mark Henry said that he asked for 2 opponents. One of the opponents is Sweet Tea. It's going to be a tug-of-war match. And you have to pull your opponent towards the red line to win the match. Mark Henry wins that easily. Then he just beats Brodus Clay again easily. Sheamus comes out and challenges him to it, and Mark Henry accepts. And then Mark Henry's about to win, but Sheamus lets go of the rope and gives Mark Henry the blow kick. Thank goodness they did it now, because I thought this was going to be their Extreme Rules match, but it's not. Thank you. Then it shows John Cena, Nick, and his family promo, from what I talked about. Team Blicky and Team Hell No are backstage. They'll talk about how Ryback's not there, so they can't really have the match. So Team Hell No says they still want the match, and she asked Brad Maddox to go talk to John Cena. Well, she doesn't really say it, but you know that was coming. Then John Cena and Brad Maddox are backstage. He calls them Braden Walker and stuff. But Brad Maddox asks if Cena's ready to go. John Cena says he's ready, and he says he will destroy Brad Maddox if he doesn't tell Vicky Guerrero. Then we get Antonio Cesaro versus Alberto Del Rio. Decent match, but you knew Alberto Del Rio was gonna win with a cross arm breaker. Then he chooses a ladder match to be the kind of match that for the world title match. Fandango and the Great Khali are backstage heading to their dance off. Then we get Fandango versus the Great Khali with Natalia in a dance off. Great Khali wins, but Fandango did better. Then Fandango lays out the Great Khali with that leg drop after. Still no Chris Jericho. I don't get why they don't build up that feud. Where's Chris Jericho? I don't know. Then it shows the Shield destroy the Undertaker. We get John Cena and Team Hell No versus the Shield. Decent match. Good part of the match was when the Shield did a DDT to Kane on the floor. Kane chokeslams, I think it was Dean Ambrose. But then Cena gets the hot tag on Roman Reigns. He goes to FU Seth Rollins, but his Achilles gives out, and then Roman Reigns spears Cena for the win. Ryback never left. He just comes out and says that he was there the whole time. So Raw was pretty predictable tonight. So that's why I didn't really care for it. Every match was pretty predictable. But the Randy and Cody Rhodes match wasn't bad. It was just predictable. And Antonio Cesaro and Alberto Del Rio wasn't match wasn't bad. It was just predictable. So the whole show was pretty much predictable. I don't like that. So yeah, I want CM Punk to come back, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I hear he's supposed to be gone till May or summertime. So yeah, and I hear Rey Mysterio is coming back in the summertime. So that's awesome. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for the Raw review, and welcome back to the Swinset area. Maybe you'll see this area a lot more often since it's getting nicer outside. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later. Okay, hold on. See you later.